Okay, we're back for game 2, waiting on our opponent to choose to play or draw. He's chosen to play, of course. Now we'll see if he mulligans. I like this hand. We do have the Akron Skyguard. If we get to the point where we can bestow the Ghostblade Eidolon, then that's a good option. But we have a lot of heroic enablers, and we already have 4 mana toward the Stormbreath Dragon, which in game 2, if Stormbreath Dragon is going to win us the game, then there's no reason not to show it, especially since we're up game 1. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep this hand. We have a lot of cards we can draw to make this guy really good. So we're waiting. Our opponent did mulligan to 6 as well, so hopefully we can get a super aggressive start here. Alright, so he's got a Traveler's Amulet, so I don't think we're going to run into any... I don't think he's going to run into any mana problems this game, so... we do the Cyclops, that's really good. So we've got a decent curve here. We can always play the Ghostblade Eidolon on turn 3, and then maybe see if we draw a heroic card, or an enchantment, or a pump spell for that guy to get in a lot of good damage. We would ultimately rather just bestow him on something in the later game. So we drew the Observant Alcide as well. We're going to go ahead and cast the Skyguard. Okay, so that resolved. So we're really hoping to draw like a pump spell next turn. If we could draw the Rollicker again, that would be great. Looks like our opponent may be activating his Traveler's Amulet. Maybe he is short on mana. So, obviously he's not playing anything blue this turn. So we've got a 3-2. That's not too bad. If we draw what we're hoping for, then it might just be worth playing the Ghostblade, because the Ghostblade can trade with this guy. And it's going to make combat math really difficult for him. We're going to go ahead and attack with the Akron Skyguard, wishing that we had a pump spell, but we don't. So I think we're going to play the Eidolon here into the Ill-Tempered Cyclops next turn, into bestow Observant Alcide either on the Eidolon or the Akron Skyguard, into, if we draw 6 land monstrosity, on the Ill-Tempered Cyclops. So I think that's the plan here. So we're going to cast this, and our opponent doesn't have a whole lot of removal spells, so if he bounces this, that's even better. We'll see what he does with this Swordwise Centaur. Probably not going to block it, just because we have a decent swing back, and our curve is pretty tight here. So hopefully we can close this game up pretty quick. So opponent's Divination, that's really good for us. That means he's digging for stuff. That means he's not doing much this turn either. I wouldn't be surprised if he swung. I hope he does. That way we get to swing back, and if we drew... Okay, so he didn't. Alright, so we drew in a Crowan Crusader. That's not really super beneficial to us right now. I think we'd rather have this Cyclops out. He could have a... Okay, so I think we're okay to swing with both of these. If he wants to block with the Swordwise Centaur, I'm fine with that, because he's still down in creature parity. So, and if he has a pump spell, then that's something he's using now and not later. So I'll gladly trade these two. Okay, so he had aspect of the Hydra, so it's going to save his Centaur, but that means he's not using it later. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and play this. Do we play him? Yeah. I mean, next turn we get to bestow Observant Alcide. Although it might have been better to hold this guy back and wait till we could put the Alcide on it. That would have been really good, though it wouldn't have really helped in that situation. Prophet of Crufix is really good for him. Alright, this could get pretty gross if we're not careful. Okay, do we want to... I don't think we want to trade here, because our guy's going to get bigger later. So I think we're fine just taking the 3 damage. Mostly because it lets us swing back. Well, he's going to untap anyway, so, but our guy's trample, so we'll get damage through. That would be nice. But this turn we're going to bestow here. Build your own Sarah Angel. Okay, seems like he might have a way to deal with it. Oh, no. And besides, if he has a flyer here, then that just means that later we get in with our Stormbreath Dragon. I'm not going to attack with the Cyclops just because he could have a pump spell for the Centaur. I'd rather just wait and monstrous it so that we can win through a pump spell. Right, so he didn't have an answer for the Skyguard, which is really good. And he doesn't have a whole lot of cards in hand. So while the Prophet is very good, he doesn't have a whole lot of ways to take advantage of it at the moment. It doesn't appear. So. Okay, so Agent Horizons is not that bad for us. So, all right. So I mean, he has a lot of dirtily creatures, but nothing super overpowering right now. And we do still have a 4/4 Vigilant Flyer, so that's pretty good for us. He can make the Agent of Fates unblockable. Man, if we drew Anger the Gods right here, it would be a blowout. Because we get Monstrous the Cyclops, and then the next turn cast Anger the Gods, and all of our creatures would live. Okay, so unblockable Agent of Fates, of course. No reason not to when he's going to untap all of his mana anyway, so that's fine. Two cards in hand, only is 3 mana available. Yeah, we're just going to take this, I think. That's fine. We still have a 4/4 Vigilant Flyer, and if we draw land, we'll have a 6/6 Trampler. And he only has 1 card in hand now, so by him waiting to play that land, that actually made me a little bit more hesitant to block, thinking he might have two actual spells in his hand. So well, that's good. Okay, so we're actually going to. We could play the Stormbreath Dragon. He only has 1 card in hand. Wish we'd drawn a land. This is pretty good though, giving us first strike. We could play this, tap down a blocker, and then we have this to deal with if he tries to block the Ill-Tempered Cyclops. Then we have this as a chump blocker if we need to. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna play this, tapping down the Swordwise Centaur. Yes, we wish to use this ability. And then we're going to attack with both. Now if he blocks this, then we have the Akron Crusader. I mean the Rise. I'm trying to decide if we're good with just trading here. I think we are, still having the Skyguard and the Stormbreath Dragon in hand, so I think we're good just trading to help stop damage, because we can chump block his other creatures. I don't know. He only has 1 card in hand. No, I like... Yeah. Besides, this guy is trample, so we're going to get in for a lot of extra damage here. And take out that, yeah. That's a very good, because we still deal with the agent. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that through clearly. We deal 4 more here. Alright, and we play this. Whoa, what is this? Oh, Horizon Chimera. Okay, so that's actually great for us, because we're not worried about that guy at all. And that means our opponent has no cards in hand, so there's no way he can kill us this turn unless he draws some ridiculous pump spell. He's going to gain a life. He's still actually... I mean, he's not dead next turn, but he's pretty close. Because we can just cast Stormbreath Dragon and attack with both of our flyers. And he only has the Horizon Chimera to block. And he can't really profitably attack with the Swordwise Centaur because our Leonin Snarecaster could block and eat it. Oh, man. Oh, man. So is it worth casting that and then attacking? I don't think that's what we want to do here. We're still pretty good shape. He could have a counter spell. I think casting the Stormbreath Dragon is the right call here. Mostly because we won game 1, so there's no reason to really hold back here if it wins us the game. We can't swing all out because if we don't kill him, we're dead to a counterattack. Let's see. We can swing both of those. We can swing with this. He has to block. Because he could tap down. He could have like a sudden storm or something. Although if he had a sudden storm, he'd have cast it to prevent us from attacking him. We don't kill him if we swing out, so I'd rather just hold back for blockers. I mean, next turn, even if he draws a flyer, I mean, we have Anger of the Gods, so he drew a second Agent of Horizon, so we're still not dead. He is pretty clearly dead if he did not draw a flyer or a removal spell. We still have Anger of the Gods. I don't know what our opponent is thinking about here. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Well, if he attacks with this, we're gonna block with this. This guy eats this guy. This, he can make him blockable. Maybe he has a good pump spell, but I don't think he can pump it by 8. Is this the alpha strike of desperation that we're seeing coming here? I think our opponent was just trolling us, so... Oh, that's good. So now we do attack with the Ill-Tempered Cyclops because we can Monstrous it in response to blocks. So even if he has a... Okay. So, alright, we got round 1. So I'll see you back for round 2.